Today we're checking out the actual reason Key and Peele hate each other. Dear Lord. So man, Key and Peele, I can't say I grew up on Key and Peele, but it was a big part of just a large chunk of my life. Them dudes is funny. But it looks like there's something going on between them, man. I hate to see a good duo split, but it is what it is, bro. All right, let's get to it.
I want you guys to close your eyes and think about some of the duos that made up your childhood. You know, Bert and Ernie, Patrick and SpongeBob, hell, even Ben and Jerry. Right up there with those names is
Bert and Ernie was a gay couple.
Key and Peele. Key and Peele was one of the greatest shows in the world. Two ultra
Key and Peele is a gay couple. No, I'm playing.
successful, ultra funny, and ultra creative black men took on sketch comedy by storm. And then one day it just stopped. From that moment, Jordan Peele shot off into the stars with movies like Get Out and Us. And he is basically dominating the horror genre, seen as one of the best black directors that we have right now. Now, I don't want to underscore what Keegan-Michael Key is doing right now. He is successful in his own right, but for whatever reason, they're not together anymore.
So, this is a story about open secrets in Hollywood and people who don't warn you about things and finding out the hard way.
You see, Keegan-Michael Key should have been standing next to Jordan Peele as he was accepting all of these awards. Hell, they should have been collaborating on future endeavors together. But right now, Jordan is becoming an Oscar-winning filmmaker, and Keegan, question mark around him. Why aren't we seeing him in the movies? Why do we not see him around his brother as he is growing into his own success and fame? Hell, based off of what Keegan-Michael Key told people, why don't they see each other anymore? Now, based off of one comedian's viral story, it seems as though we have insight, and it all links back to that old ball and chain. That's right. Apparently, Keegan-Michael Key's wife became the thing that split a
That's his wife? I'm not going to say anything.
rift between the two of these successful black men. And this is not the only time in which a wife was skewing how a man goes about making his success and being creative and seeking future endeavors in the creative sphere. Sometimes the person closest to you can affect your life. They affect your career, your relationships, and the way that the world explains your wasted potential. It's sad to say that the one that you say I do to will be the one to do you in. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's going to go a long, long way for the channel. Become a part of my family and don't
subscribe to him and hit subscribe to me.
Now,
come on, man.
Akilah Hughes is her name and comedy
Help a
is
little
her name.
YN
She
out.
told the viral Lock and Banana story, which turned out to be the answer to the greatest mystery as to why we don't see Key and Peele going into the future and creating more content with one another. I think that people may be forgetting this was Comedy Central's most successful show since Dave Chappelle. These two black comedians that came up from Mad TV were seen anywhere and everywhere, and they were at the lunch tables, they were at the barbershops, they were in all types of conversations because they were just funny as hell. But when the show ended and we saw major blockbusters like Get Out and Us and Nope, we only saw one of the dynamic duo, and everybody and their mother was Googling and trying to figure out why and what happened. I've got the answer though. You may not like it.
And so one of those friends said, hey, I've got a great person to give you this opportunity. He is, and I don't think this is too shady, I think it's true, the less successful half of a comedy duo that was prolific in the 2010s. Perhaps, you know, I think their code names could be Lock and Banana.
Now I want to lay down some ground rules. Lock is Keegan-Michael Key and Banana is Jordan Peele. There, it's out there. She uses code names because I'm pretty sure she might find herself in some legal situations, but trust me, this woman has a very solid background. She's a writer and a comedian who was around Comedy Central and MTV during the time. She's familiar with both of them, have worked with both of them extensively, and she is giving her firsthand accounts as to why they broke up and where everything went wrong. Now, according to Akilah, she was developing a comedy show, and Locke, Keegan-Michael Key, was supposed to be a part of the pilot. And even greater than that, he was supposed to be something and a name that opened doors for her to have this be flooded out into the masses and, you know, have her show have an opportunity to see daylight.
Lock is gonna use his name to carry you to the forefront of pop culture. And so we came up with a pitch.
It's important to know this because what she's saying is that if Locke in this situation is supposed to be the door opener, then the person closest to him was the one that actually closed said door. This, my friend, is where we find out who basically destroyed our comedy duo for the next couple of years. The duo that was supposed to make a bunch of movies, the duo that was supposed to entertain us for years to come. This is where we find out that the person who was stopping all of these new endeavors between Locke and Banana was Locke's wife.
And so my agent agent at the time calls me and she goes, how is pitching going? How do people feel about Locke? And I'm like, oh my God, they love him. Everybody loves Locke. And she's like, that's great, that's great. How do they feel about his wife, who is now somehow the executive producer on my show? And I'm like, I hadn't really thought about it. I don't think people like her very much. And she's like, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. And I'm like, okay, so like, are you saying like we're not gonna be able to sell this? Or she's like, people like you and they like Locke. It'll come together. And so I forgive this sort of moment. That should have been the red flag. I was like, no, because it's more important to have a celebrity attached.
Now, I'm gonna give people a warning here. If somebody is eager to attach their name to a project that they have no real involvement in, and I think that that's where you should put a pause and where you should stop. And even if that doesn't make you stop, then people calling you and asking you, well, how do others feel about so-and-so being involved in whatever project you have going on? Or how do people feel about so-and-so just in general? Somebody that doesn't have any involvement explicitly, that should also be a very big flag for you. But I know that Akilah is riding high on this thing. She has somebody who is famous tied to her project. But as she walked around with these rose-tinted glasses about this situation, she didn't realize the power and influence that a wife can have on a situation. And she also didn't recognize how bad of a name this person already had. It got to the point where Banana, Peele, in this situation's wife, called her, warning her about Locke's wife.
That's his wife? Hold on, man. Hold on, bro.
Situation's wife called her.
I mean, shoot. Low-key. I might not be the first to say it, but Peele's wife better. All right.
Her, warning her about Locke's wife.
So I answer the call, and it is from Banana's wife. And Banana's wife says, hey, I just had dinner with Locke and his wife. They say they're doing a show with you. And I said, yeah. And I, again, don't know how she got my phone number. So this seems urgent. And she says something that like chills go down my back. She says, I'm just calling you because I wish someone would have warned me.
This now has escalated from workplace tension to something much, much deeper and much, much darker. Now, again, these are all allegations, so please, lie.
Okay, so far we know Key's wife is the culprit. Man, bro, you gotta choose wisely, man. Gotta choose wisely with your partner, because they can make or break you. They can build you up or destroy you, bro.
You and your wife do not come after me for any of this. But what Akilah is basically saying that she is the last one to the party. The party where everybody knows the end result. They've already seen the cake. They've already seen the gifts. Last one to the movie. They've already seen the conclusion and you are just now getting there. She's saying that people know how impactful and effective that Locke's wife can be and you need to run ASAP.
She does about an hour of a monologue at me about how, she thinks that his wife is like Phil Hartman's wife. That she wouldn't trust her to hold a baby. That she once poured alcohol on her birthday cake and this person is sober. And she says there's no accounting for how much money she's cost that black man.
The point isn't that just Banana's wife doesn't like Locke's wife. The point is that she is dangerous. She's unstable, she's unpredictable, and she can cost a lot of dollars and cents. We don't know how much money that woman has cost that black man. That's a crazy statement. And especially if I was going into some sort of business relationship when it comes to dealing with the most famous comedic duo in the world, or at least half of them, I would be very, very weary about having that person that is described as Phil Hartman and unstable and all these other things like that. I would want to stay away from them as much as possible. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned how somebody so close to you can do so much harm, even if they're not involved in the project. Well, in this situation, Locke's wife actually gets involved in said project and starts to muck it up and starts to disturb.
Why is he using the code names? Bro, just say Key and Peele, bro. You ain't got no NDAs. You ain't gonna get sued. Key and Peele. Anyway.
Everything.
She first of all, she comes on and then yells at everybody because she said she got the wrong Zoom, but everybody else was on the Zoom. She's here to offer notes. Yeah, she has no credits without this man. Her notes are comedy happens in threes. The letter K is funny. And finally, give the audience some candy.
It's not that she just had creative opinions on a project. I think anybody has the right to do so. Hell, if y'all tell me in the comment section what to do in my next video, I may or may not do it. I may change shirts. I may change lightings. things, that's all fun and games. It's the fact that she has this power over Locke in this situation. She's somebody who can and will make life a living nightmare if her orders.
Bro, hold on.
She's somebody who can.
Bro, I mean, let's keep it a buck. I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion. Y'all might not even agree with me, but bro, this man don't even look happy, bro. Bro. And you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? In my years of watching Key and Peele, and they're hilarious. They're hilarious. I wish they would never stop. I hope they never stop. Hopefully they get back together. That sounds crazy. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. But in years of watching them, really both of them was just them dudes that like I'm gonna say this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with interracial couples or a black man being with a white woman. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I have no problem whatsoever. But there's just certain types of dudes, like some of y'all gonna get what I'm saying. There's certain types of dudes where you know that like this black man, this specific black man right here, this particular black man, you know he ain't gonna be with nothing but a white girl. That's it. And he gonna like, she gonna pretty much be, she gonna have the pants, she gonna wear the pants around his mug. And honestly, I always had that vibe with Key and Peele. I always had that vibe with them. And especially now, maybe more so with Key than Peele, a little bit. Well, honestly, I kind of thought both of them were gay. I ain't even gonna hold you. And I know I'm not the only one. If you thought that too, put it in the comments. Stand by me. Stand by your boy. I literally thought that. But okay, enough yapping, man. Let's get to it.
And will make life a living nightmare if her orders, her thoughts, her opinions aren't brought to the forefront. And that's exactly what she does when people don't take her seriously.
Well, she didn't like that nobody laughed or thought her ideas were good, so she threatens to sue the network.
You see, now we've shifted into an entire different direction. Your partner is no longer somebody to bounce ideas off of. Your partner believes that she is one of the heads of the project. Hell, and one of the only voices that should even matter. And it's not that she even gets a little bit upset that maybe nobody's listening to her idea. It's the fact that she's willing to even tank said project by bringing up front a lawsuit in order to get her way. This is exactly why we haven't seen Locke and Banana, Key and Peele do any sorts of future endeavors. If your wife can turn some sort of disagreement that we have creatively into something that is totally like unnecessary, like a lawsuit, why would I want to work with you? You might be the best person in the world. You might be my creative soulmate. But if you are tethered to a headache, then I think that I wouldn't want to deal with you. But you're probably asking, okay, Omar, it can't be that serious. You know, maybe if they decide to figure things out, or, you know, maybe if they come to some sort of agreement, then hey, they can move forward with this. But it doesn't just work like that. Apparently things got so bad with the company and Locke and his wife that the company decided they were just gonna pay them outright to no longer be a part of the project. They didn't want to deal with the headache anymore. They cut the losses. But the problem,
golly, bro. Not matter of fact, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not finna be the dude on YouTube shaming people, but
with that is that when they severed ties with Locke and his wife, they retained Akila's IP.
We're no longer in pre-production. We're waiting around. The thing I quit my dream job for is on hold. And they get back to us after a month and they say, hey, we paid them off the project, but you have to write a whole new pilot. And I'm like, at this point, well, fuck, like these are all our best ideas. And also like, they're like, one day you can perform that for the internet, but like we own the TV rights to that.
The reason why this is such a big blow is because if anybody's ever kept up with media or entertainment or health, have worked on a project, getting close to that deadline is extremely hard. Hell, even getting people to listen to you have an idea or an inkling of one is extremely hard in Hollywood. Akila was almost at the finish line and it got yanked from underneath her. We're talking about time, effort, money, energy, creativity. All these things no longer remain on her side. This is where the bigger question gets involved. It's no longer, why did Key not want to work with Jordan? But it's more so, did people stop working with him because it comes with all of this? Think about about if we didn't get Out or Us or Nope because it was delayed at the cutting room floor because comedy comes in threes, because we got to give the audience a piece of candy or some other dumbass shit that has nothing to do with the creative process, but because you want to be seen. People don't want to have to deal with that. And this is exactly why Akila's final words on the matter went viral.
What can be said? Locke, he's still playing, you know, I don't know, a frog in a movie. He never gets to be himself in public, and his partner has won Oscars. And everyone knows that his wife has ruined his career. It is diminishing returns. He's doing insurance commercials where there are other celebrities in it who are playing themselves. And
Dang, I have noticed. Y'all seen those insurance commercials that Key been doing? Dang, I didn't even know that was a sign of like low-key falling off, but according to her, kind of seems like it is. Dang. Dang, bro, you don't for that woman? Come on, bro. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. I can't bite my tongue no more, bro. Come on, bro. You're freaking Key out of Key and Peele. You better go get you a baddie. What are you doing? What are you doing? See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay.
he is playing a guy with a guitar.
Peele claims that Locke's partner has won Oscars, that Locke never gets to be himself in public, and everybody, and I do mean everybody, knows this is why his career is dead. This is the story that the internet ran with. Now, according to TMZ and Keegan-Michael Key's team, and
Bro, her lips crustier than mine. All right, that's all I'm gonna throw out there, man. I ain't trying to shame this lady. I mean, she did ruin another black man's career, so we ain't gonna just leave that out. But golly, and bro, oh man, hold on, we going in, bro. Look at this man's face. If you smiling like this and you looking like this, bro, you can see this nigga tired. This nigga tired. He's stressed. His cortisol is going up, and she ruined his career. Bro, man, come on. I don't even know why I'm getting so pissed off.
Keegan-Michael Key's team and his wife, his team being his wife, they vehemently deny the story. They say that it's outlandish. They say that it's fabricated, that none of it is true. But I'm going to call cap. That one sentence that Akila said gave a simple answer to a complex mystery. Maybe you just had to be there. But before the story, Key's career looked mad confusing. I'm telling you, these people were at the top of their game, the height of their heights, and were only projected to go upward. Hell, Key and Peele's show from Comedy Central still pulls millions of views to this day on TikTok. Just rehashing clips and rehashing clips. And Jordan Peele has made himself into a household name and now has the ability to attach his name to big name projects, which only few directors can do, and have them be the lead, even greater than actors that are a part of the project. And so after the story, the internet gets their explanation. Maybe the relationship around him made the collaboration harder than it needed to be. It's not proven by any means, but once the internet runs with the narrative, it becomes completely believable. Every missed Peele movie becomes evidence. Every questionable or failed project becomes a clue. And it's not like we haven't seen this before. Every wife narrative or every partner narrative around a person's career, when they start to go down this questionable twist and turn, is a tale as old as time. You see, because once your partner starts to become the explanation for all these things, then your career is no longer judged on your work alone. Recently, Akash Singh from the Flagrant podcast, who we know from various videos that have been done on this platform, had been getting murked on the internet, stepped away from the Flagrant podcast.
As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Akash, he really went through it earlier this year, showed amazing resilience and, selling out Radio City recently.
If you watch my videos, you already know
crushing
this.
stand-up around the globe, but because all of his
reasons. 9 years on a job is something that is commendable for a lot of people, and it's a long time, so maybe you move on to the next thing. But the internet, and myself included, can't help but think your partner, who recently became a part of the public spectacle, the conversation for the day, has tainted your image, especially because you went on that podcast.
Did he just switch topics?
Yourself as one of these do-good relationship people, and your partner came in and kind of undercut all that, and now you want to step away from the limelight? It all seems so coincidental, right? The move could be more professional. The reason officially could even be true, but that does not mean that the pieces won't be put together for this puzzle. The conversation shifts from, are you still funny? Are you still creative? Is this person?
Is he just talking about Akash?
The dynamic with you. Akash leads a story that has been told online.
All right, I think he's just talking about Akash, but we got the gist. So basically, Keel's wife went and ruined his career because she was trying to do too much. Just, I hate to see it, bro. I hate to see it. So you telling me that this man's wife is the reason why one of the best comedic duos to come out in the past decade is split up because of his wife? Bro. What? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Like, I hate that. I hate that. Cause I've seen little clips about this. I've seen little clips about this recently. And I think I saw one that was saying that what's it called? Get Out was made by Jordan Peele with Key in mind. That movie was about Key. That's insane. And judging from the looks of it, basically that's what happened. This dude literally got with this woman, which he could have got a better one. I'm sorry, bro. I can't bite my tongue. He could have got a way better one than that. Come on, bro. Give me all your millions. Let me show you what I'm finna be walking around with. Like, what are you talking about? Get Out was made about Key and his wife. And Key is sitting there just like in the chair like, over there like, get out, dude. Like, bro, come on, man. And of course, Key would be in this position. Of course. Like, looking at his, like, if you watch his stuff as long as I have been watching this stuff, then didn't you just get an idea, a general idea that he was one of them dudes? Like, I ain't trying to put him directly in a box or something like that, but he kind of gave off that vibe like, yeah, he gonna be one of them dudes. But I mean, like I said, nothing wrong with being with a white girl if you're a black man, but he gonna be one of them dudes with a white girl, and she's finna have the big boy pants in the household. And he let that get to the point where his career got ruined because she's literally just simply doing too much. Just doing too much. Just be cool. You don't like, first off, why'd you make your lady the freaking like head honcho of the ordeal? Why'd you give her so much authority in your work business? Like, sure, it can work. Couples can work together. Yeah, couples can work together for sure. And if that's just what she does and she's good at it and she's got a really great track record and she can help your business, both of your businesses build your business together, build your brand, whatever. All right, cool. I get it. I'm not opposed to that. But if you see any inkling that, me putting my wife in a position of power in regard to my business is making things not as good as they would be without that, then get out of here. Be gone. Like, bro, that's disappointing to see, man. That's really disappointing to see. So we lost Key and Peele because Peele ain't got no nuts, bro. We lost Key and Peele because he ain't got no nuts. Okay. Well, I don't even know where they're gonna go from here because what's Key gonna do? Leave his wife? You know this man ain't leaving. Look at him, bro. Look at him. His demeanor, he ain't got that dog in him to leave him. So now they're just gonna be stuck in. Now the internet is talking. Shoot, I'm making a video about it. So the internet is talking about it. So now your career finna go even further down. Everybody finna look at you like a clown. You playing around, bro. You let your lady done step on your career and ruin you. Oh my gosh. Dear Lord. Bro, okay. I want Key and Peele back, man. I miss them. Still to this day, if I see a clip of Key and Peele when I'm just doom scrolling, I could find myself sitting there and watching it again, even if I saw it a good amount of times already. It's still really, really, really funny. But now, because he had a poor choice in freaking partners, now we ain't got that no more. I'm pissed off. But man, what's y'all comments on this, man? I want to chop it up with y'all. I want to blow off some steam. Let me blow off some steam with y'all. Hit me up in the comments. Let's literally chop it up. I respond to all these comments that come on my videos. All of them. Whether it's good or bad. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. Man. But with that being said, bro, thank you for tuning in, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. It really does help me. I know some of y'all be watching the video and forget that you could even do that, because I do too. But like the video. Hit me with a like and subscribe, man. It really does help. But yeah, with that being said, bro, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, man, stay up, stay blessed. Peace out.